All right, so we got a lot to go over in this section. The first part, um, vocab, a diploid cell. What is a diploid cell? Basically, that's a normal cell. It's got the 46 chromosomes, 23 pairs. It's the normal cell. It's also known as a two-end cell. Gametes are cells that actually have half the number of cells that a normal cell does. So a normal cell has 46 chromosomes or 23 pairs. A gamete will have 23 chromosomes. Okay, so gametes have half the number of chromosomes. There's 46 chromosomes in a diploid broken down into 23 pairs. A gamete only has 23 chromosomes, one from each pair. It's also known as a one-end cell. Gametes are only found in um, gametes are only found in the reproduction. It's um, found in the reproduction of plant and animals, a reproduction system. It's the sperm and the egg. Sperm for the male, egg for the female. Um, and that's the only place that these are found, one end cells. All right, fertilization is where a sperm and an egg combine to make a new entity or a one new cell. Everybody in this room started out as one cell, and that one cell happened after an egg got met by a sperm. Okay? Questions? So fertilization is basically when a sperm and egg meet and they become a viable embryo or a um, one cell. Now meiosis. Look at all this vocab. Oops. Meiosis. Meiosis is basically the same thing as mitosis squared. So it goes through mitosis twice, almost. There's meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. This only occurs in the reproductive tissues of an organism, in the eggs and the sperm. So basically, meiosis 1 is just like mitosis. It goes through interphase, then into prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase, cytokinesis. It gets different when it goes through meiosis 2. The two cells are then divided into haploid cells, or four. Those two cells then become four haploid cells, with each haploid having an unpaired set of chromosomes. So it just doesn't go through interphase the second time. All right, I'm going to go to the next page. This is going to be fun. All right, so meiosis 1. Let's where's meiosis 1. Excuse me. Meiosis 1. Let's just say it's already gone through interphase. All right, we're just going to skip that. So you have meiosis 1, you have all these paired up chromosomes hanging out. You have 23 pairs hanging out, okay? That's during prophase. Oops, let me write prophase. Then during metaphase, this is 1 also, I'm sorry. 1. Jeepers creepers. All right, let me see how I'm going to do this. I got to move this over. this over, this over. Sorry about the delay. And what? Really? What a pain. All right, so metaphase one. Tell you what, let's just change these. We'll make these, give me a color, purple, perfect. And then we'll make metaphase one. And, okay, let's take our cell again. And, oops, let's not do that. I need to move it a little bit. Okay. So now what happens in metaphase one is the same thing that happened in metaphase during mitosis. These pairs of chromosomes line up, just like that. Not a big thing. Then we go to anaphase one. I wish that would come up the color that I wanted. Anaphase one. Oops, that's not even what I want to do. Oops. Oopies. Let's see if I have something. Yeah. Okay. During anaphase one. Just like during mitosis, all of the chromosomes split and go to opposite sides. This is hard to draw. You have no idea. And this is just like what happened during mitosis. And then our fourth step is telophase one. And this is when you get two, I didn't want to do that. I forgot to change. Get my circles back. That's when you have two daughter cells that have their chromosomes. Now these chromosomes in the sex cells immediately go back into their pairs. But when they divide, but you get two pairs up there, two pair, oops, that was ugly, and two pair here. I'm sorry. Now we go right into meiosis 2. 2. And meiosis 2, what's the first step? Better have that down by now. Prophase 2. Prophase 2, which will make another strange color. Let's do this. Prophase 2. And that's when we have our two daughter cells. And we start it Again, you have random your random chromosomes hooked up. This did not go into interphase, so it did not duplicate its DNA. It's a normal cell that's got 23, right? 23 pairs. All right, now we have to go to, oh, I misspelled prophase. There's supposed to be E on that, by the way. Metaphase, 2. Okay, metaphase 2, same thing again. We have these daughter cells. If they line up, your chromosomes line up in the middle. That's supposed to be in line. I'm just not good at it. Yeah, that's better. And then you go to what? Yep, anaphase. 2. You know, I'm going to make these wide enough one of these times. Anaphase 2, again, they start elongating. And your DNA separates. So this is the blue, goes here and here, green here and here. So your DNA separates and goes to the opposite sides, just like, oops, mitosis, but now we're in meiosis 2. Okay? And then what happens during telophase, well, last section is telophase and cytokinesis. I've got to extend this again. Wow. Yes, I probably misspelled that, Reagan Miller. Aren't you the one that always asks how to spell something? And then, oops, not what I want. And then that gives me 4 haploid cells. Haploid cells are cells with only half the number, or gametes, half the number of DNA that normally occurs. And they unwind. And these are now your gametes, your sex cells. These are sperm and egg. So basically, if you look all the way through this, meiosis 1, all meiosis is mitosis times 2. Meiosis 1 is just like normal. You go prophase, they line up metaphase 1, they split anaphase, then the cells split telophase 1. You go to meiosis 2. Meiosis 2, you take these before they double, they go straight, oh, that's bothering me now. Figures. That before they can duplicate their DNA, they go straight into meiosis 2, which then does the same thing. They're there in prophase, they line up, they condense in prophase, they line up, they go into anaphase, which they rip apart and go to opposite ends, and then you have 4 haploid cells, or 4 gametes. They're either sperms or eggs. They're one-end cells. Questions?